You got your own change room now?
Yeah. Reminder to raise your hand. I will call on you. Go ahead, Colin.
Coach, is Nichushkin going to be on tonight?
He is, yep.
Ryan?
But the status report on the guys that were sick from yesterday, how are they feeling?
All good to go.
Bailey?
Coach, Russ mentioned that with as good as the team is right now, it feels like there's a target on your backs. Do you feel as though your team feels any pressure from that, or is that?
I don't think they feel any pressure from it. I just think it's natural. It's what it is. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago. I mean, if you're on a roll, you're going to get the other team's best game. You know, they're going to want to knock you off whatever roll you're on, and they're going to want to come in and play well because they know they have to if they're going to beat us. And so you're expecting difficult games every night.
Question, Jesse?
Coach, you guys have had such a condensed schedule here, and I know you guys have talked about you're not really paying attention to it, but are you guys able to find the time without practicing as much to look back at games like what you had against Vancouver, got a little bit heated earlier in the season? And just how are you guys using the time that you do have? I guess,
Yeah. No, we look back at all of them. I look at their last 3 to 5 games. You know, Brett helps me with the pre-scout on all that, and I pick through a bunch of stuff that I want to see. Goals for and goals against in the last 10, and then I look back at our most recent game against them or recent games if we played them multiple times and see what I liked and didn't like, and then I narrow it all down to give them a message that I want for tonight's game and what I think the game plan is. So that's kind of been the way we do it all the time, regardless of how condensed the schedule is or not.
And last year, go ahead, Evan.
Just with Val back tonight, Ross's role might change again, but it seems like it just doesn't matter where he is this year. He's been very consistent and playing the same way. Is this maybe the longest good stretch he's had, like in Colorado, the best stretch? Maybe?
I'm going to say yes. Yeah. Loved the stretch he had at the beginning of last year. He was on fire, scoring every night. Then he got hurt, and then he never really kind of got back to that. But I think as far as, like, he's been putting in the work, and, you know, we've been meeting periodically, briefly on things that I want to make sure that he's doing on the defensive side of things. And he's really bought into that. He's become a better defensive player this year than he was last year and the year before. And also chipping in and playing to his identity. Like, and part of that is hard forechecking, physicality, energy, skating, and I mean, he's getting rewarded for some of that hard work with getting on the score sheet on a nightly basis. So I like the year that he's having so far, and I think it's sustainable. Like, to me, this is repeatable things that he can continue to do on a nightly basis.
Colleen?
We were just talking about, kind of going back to Jesse's question, with the balance of optional practices and the guys that actually do go out and skate. Like I was talking to Parker Kelly, and the fact that he doesn't play as many minutes a night, and a guy like Cale, he'll take the time off, but Parker will get on the ice. Is that kind of the way that you kind of want to balance that, and is better for them?
Yeah, they all have their own individual conditioning plans, right? So, and I don't care if Parker goes on the ice or not, or if he wants to do that work off the ice, but there's lots of guys that don't play a lot of minutes, that like to get touches and like to feel the puck and like to work on things on the ice because they're not on the ice for 20-25 minutes a night. And then lots of guys that are on the ice want to give those muscles a break and do different things in the gym, strengthening, conditioning, whatever it is. Some of it's recovery work, but they all have their own individual plan with our strength guys. They're on top of it. It's not just like, well, it's a day off, or, you know, like everyone has a plan and is going about their business, even on morning skate days. But you know, I've touched on this before. It's basically how we run the last 2 to 3 months of the year every year. So we're just kind of doing it all year this year. We're an older team. I don't think we love to practice. You know, they want to play and they want to get ready to play, and that's kind of the way we look at it. So with that, if we're not hitting the ice as a team a lot, then the learning has to be done on video, and we got to apply it into the game. You don't get the reps at it, but you certainly can know what you're doing out there, and you can all be on the same page.
Last two, go ahead here.
To be around the 1/3 point of the season and to see where Gabe is at, and he's in the lineup every day, the physical game, is that all you could have hoped for when you thought about where he might be back at the start of the season?
Yes. Yeah. I think we're pretty pleased with not only that he's been able to stay healthy, feel good, you know, like all that is on track to continue. But also like sort of the increase incrementally in his game as the season's gone on. He just keeps getting better and better, and I don't think he's peaked yet. So we also like the track that he's on when it comes to like performance as well.
Last one, Jesse.
Just want to check in and see what you thought of Ivan and his call-ups.
He was good. Yeah, he was good. I mean, I like the way he's a great skater, right? So he has to use that to his advantage. I think this time up, he looked more comfortable with the puck. It wasn't just chip and chase. It was smart puck decisions, but if he had ice in front of him, he took it and used his legs and was making some plays, and he went to the hard areas of the ice a little bit more and came up with more pucks both off the forecheck, net front, and whatnot. So I think it was a good step in his development. Now he's going down again and playing down there, and we'll keep a close eye on him.
Thanks, Jared.
Yep, thanks.
Which one's mine?
Every 3-4 days, just checking the standings, looking the entire league up and down, see what everyone's kind of doing. I'm obviously a hockey fan, so I enjoy it. But no, I feel like the Central for, I don't know, I haven't left it, I feel like, since 2000 and whatever it was, 21. But it's just, good hockey teams out here for whatever reason, and it just pushes the pace, right? Like you feel like no matter how much you take a step, someone else finds a way to win, or the days you lose, someone else's wins, and the days that you win, they win. It's just like a weird kind of way it goes, but it pushes the rest of the league, and obviously, the way the wild card set up is you got to keep going. So I don't think it'd be any frustration. I think it makes for a fun race, and obviously as we keep going, it makes other teams better, and then the people that play us want to put out their best to catch us and knock us off. So you don't want to be given any free ones, but you obviously got to work for your results. And right now, it's no matter how many you get, you feel like someone's right there.
You said you look at it every few days. Do you feel like it's the same for other guys in the room?
I don't know. I can't speak for them. I mean, we have the boards up in the lounges and stuff that show everything. So I feel like this team's very detailed in the information. The way Bedsy runs the board, the charts we have in the room, power play percentages, goal differentials, all that stuff. It's all available to look at throughout the TVs that are constantly rotating the charts and things like that. So I'm sure guys see it. I don't know if they look at it. At the end of the night, sometimes I'll look at it and see what's happened and watch some recaps and teams we're going to be playing in a couple of weeks or games ahead. It's just like, watch what they did last night if they played, and if we're going to see them soon. I kind of just like to see how everyone's going and what they're looking for.
Is it any added pressure for you guys knowing that you guys are the team that a lot of teams have circled on their calendars?
No, I think it just means you can't take a night off, right? You got to come prepared. I think, getting everybody's best is kind of, a little bit of what Toronto gets when you get hometown guys coming, right? Like you get back to Toronto, you get everyone in their hometown, they want to play in front of family. You get to Minnesota, there's a lot of guys from Minnesota. Like it's kind of that, mentality going into it. But, obviously when you play top teams in the league, I remember just as myself, when you get starts against Colorado, against Edmonton, things like that, like you're playing some of the top players, you got to be on your game or they're going to make you look silly. And I feel like that's probably in other people's minds when they come to play us right now. It's not just the top dogs, it's a whole team coming at you, throughout the whole 60 minutes. So, yeah, you got to be prepared, or, we've proven that we can put some pucks in the net on you.
Thank you. Cool. Thanks, Gab.
So I was just talking to Ross. I'm curious, with these optional practices and these optional morning skates, you're one of the other guys that's always out there. When you take a day off, do you take a full day off, or how do you balance that out and just that you want to hit the ice?
Usually take a full day off and kind of just recover both mentally and physically, and just these morning skates, I kind of like to be out there and feel the puck a little bit and just kind of get the body moving, and it's just I don't know, it's a kind of a routine I've had now here, and it feels pretty good.
What do you focus on against Vancouver tonight?
I mean, we definitely, like always, I think we always should do defense first, and if we can kind of shut them down, they're a good rush team, and they can create some stuff off the rush, and we really got to be focused on that and not give them any odd man rushes, and that usually leads to good offense, and I think the offense has been pretty good so far this year, so we know we can create a lot after that.
What's that fine balance for you guys? I mean, you mentioned, wanting to kind of stop them at defense, but wanting to create that offense as well is something you guys have been really, really good at over the stretch so far.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I feel like that's where you got to start with the defense, and it always leads to more offense, and so it's just a focus we got to have. And I think the games where we haven't really been up to our standard, maybe the defense slips a little bit, and that's how teams get a little bit of momentum against us. But overall, it's been pretty good, and just got to keep on focusing on it.
Victor, you guys are sitting at top of the standings, but right behind you is someone within your division. Is there any frustration in that, knowing that if you were in a different division, there'd be more of a gap there?
No, I think it's honestly, I think it's pretty good. I mean, it keeps us obviously motivated to keep on putting up good performances, and we don't really focus a lot on other teams, and we just want to focus on ourselves and improve every game, and that's the mentality we've had and going to continue to have.
Do you think it's too early to be looking at those types of things, the standings and where you're falling, where your opponents are falling?
I mean, you're always looking at it, and you always kind of know where you're at, but it's a lot of hockey left to play, and like I said, we're just focusing on getting better with every game, and I think that's a good mentality to have.
You mentioned it's a good thing having that competition. I mean, does it especially help right now as you guys are winning so many games? I mean, just one regulation loss, maybe it helps with not being complacent and wanting to continue winning?
Yeah, for sure, and yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but can't look too far ahead, or just kind of keep a small picture and focus on the next game and get better.
You mentioned the defensive aspect of the game, and you've got two best on best going at it here tonight in Cale Makar and Quinn Hughes. Is that kind of fun for you to watch and be a part of, and sit back and look like, whoa, like this is really cool to see?
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely cool to see, and I don't know if I want to sit back and watch. I definitely want to be part of it as well, and I know what you're saying, but no, it's always fun playing against the best players in the world, and it's pretty special to see guys like that. So it's always fun having that matchup as well, and yeah, we just got to go out and win it.
You're averaging a point per game against Vancouver in your career. What's been the reason for your
They're just really to go out there and kind of feel it.
And you guys keep winning games, even though you kind of have the schedule, and the balance, is that really helping you guys just stay kind of engaged?
Yeah, no, for sure. I think coaching staff does a really good job of just managing, days off with obviously the optionals and stuff like that. So just feel like this time of year it's just a matter of staying healthy, getting some guys back in the lineup here and there, and just for us to come to the rink every day. It doesn't matter who's in the lineup. We have that kind of next guy mentality that we're going to come to the rink every day and just get a little bit better, and then come game time, just trying to get 2 points.
When you kind of keep yourself in a game like Minnesota and then come back and perform the way you guys did against Montreal, is that the tone that you're trying to set for a season like this?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I feel like we have a target on our back. We have a really good team, so we're going to get everyone's best every, night in and night out. So, Minnesota played well. Obviously could have won either way. It goes to a shootout. And then just kind of, back-to-backs are never easy, but kind of just, didn't get home too late, got to bed, watched some video, and then it was just kind of turn the page, and then we came out flying, obviously at home. So, those are two tough games, and we got a tough schedule coming up here on this little road trip after tonight. So it's just up for us. I feel like this time of year just keep stacking points.
Most people have a different pregame meal. What's been your choice over the years, and how has that helped your preparation?
I don't know. I feel like I used to eat pasta a lot back in the American League, but then, you get to the NHL, especially at the start, I was only playing like 6-7 minutes a night, so I was like, I'm eating a lot of pasta and really not playing a lot or burning it off. So I switched. I ate a little salad, and then I just eat a little chicken and rice, nothing too crazy.
Thanks, Russ.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.